Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. Welcome in, guys. I'm so sorry we're running a few minutes late. We had some things that came up and things weren't working right. So sorry. We are here now. Thank you for being here. Come on in. Start tapping the screen. Share the live. Let's get going with our free one card pulls. I'm so excited for today. Hello. I'm so sorry we're a few minutes late, guys. We had some technical difficulties. We're here, though. We're here, and we've got it working. We are good. We are good. We are good. Good morning. All right, let's see. We're going to use this little paper right here. I'm not doing reads on this live for paid reads. If you booked a read or missed a read or anything like that, we'll do it on live at 9 o'clock. Today is our show. Today is our show. This is our teaching time. This is our teaching time. So whenever you're ready to do your reading. Hello, Magnus. I'm so sorry. Things just were not working right this morning. All right. So, Magnus, if you want to send the guest request, it should pop you right back up. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. You can do readings. You can book those through the link in my bio right now. This is a talk show hour. I know some of you guys are so used to coming in and be able to book readings right away. You can book a private reading through the link in my bio. You can also come back at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight for our discount read sessions. Hi, Magnus. How are you?
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm great.
Good. I'm so glad that you're here.
Am I coming through clear? Am my audio's all good? Video's
yes,
good?
We can hear you. It's working. You guys, I don't know what the deal is. The lights have not been working. The internet's been going in and out every day on this live. It is something that is not wanted to get out, right? So we're changing the world here. We're making a big difference, and I know that that's something that we're going to encounter difficulties on at times, and it's just one of those things. So we're here. We're happy. We're ready. We're going to get going.
Ready to go.
So I wanted to introduce you guys. If you do not know Magnus is an amazing, amazing soul. We connected. Actually, I think we connected through one of Pam Sears. I always say Spears now since I had that fake one in here. But anyway, we connected through her live one day and recognized that we were soul family. We connected and clicked right away. You know how you have those people that you just know right away? It's like your soul recognizes soul. And then he started posting all these videos about like, do you know me from a past life? And I'm like, yes, I get these every time you post them. So we are definitely a soul fam, and he's part of this opportunity to bring the collective of the spiritual community together and bring healing to all of the members of the world, right? To bring healing and hope to the world. So I'm a little flustered this morning with all the difficulties. I'm sorry, but I will get myself at a good place here in just a second. Let's do some breathing. Let's do some good breathing together. Are you guys okay with that? Let's do that. We don't like starting out late.
We're breathing out technical difficulties. We're breathing out technical difficulties.
We're breathing out. Fucking Mercury retrograde, the shadow period. We're already in it. Or I guess I don't know what you call it. I'm not in, don't you? It's that. We're going to blame that. All right, let's take some deep breaths in today, okay? So deep breath in. We're going to hold it at the top. We're going to go 5, 5, 5, all right? Deep breath in, hold. And slowly release. Deep breath in. Hold. Slowly release. Last one, deep breath in. And slowly release. All right, I feel better.
Yeah.
I feel better. All right, so the way that we usually start off the live, guys, is we have you guys share the live to get everybody in the room, get everybody awake and going, and start off with some excitement. So we're going to start it off with sharing the live to your top 15 or to another social media platform. That'll get you on the list for a free one card pull. We're going to take the first few shares that we see, okay? So, Magnus, you can see comments too as well. So if you see anyone in particular that you just feel that you want to read for, we're going to just do a card pull together. We're going to do card pulls. Do you have some cards ready? Are you ready?
Oh,
here we go.
I've got all my decks.
Always ready. They're surrounding us. All right, awesome. So it looks like we've got Suvi up first. Suvi. Let me grab these.
Suvi.
Suvi. Is it Suvi? Suvi.
Right.
I'm going to write these down. Dragonfly, Suvi, Natty, Nanny. Suvda is the name. That's awesome. And Micah. All right, those are our 5 we're going to take right now. I know we usually do 10, but we're going to run out of time. All right, so Suvi, you're welcome to go as soon as you get it.
I pulled this and I was feeling this immediately, that there's definitely a big season of change ahead here, and definitely some shifts required to kind of meet that the challenge of that change. I feel like kind of coming into the fall season, big opportunities, but also big challenges. Kind of this period of like risk or reward that you're navigating through. Find the adjustments that you need to make. This is a conversation you can have with Source and just ask for clarity on what these changes are that need to be made. Source wants your success. Source wants your victory and your breakthrough. So if you ask and you seek that out, you will get a lot of the clarity you're looking for.
Yeah, I agree. So this is the card that I got, and this is that 4 saying you're on the right path. There's structure and stability necessary, right? But it's also saying in the stillness, right? So it's telling you that you're needing to go through a period of quiet, a period of solitude, a period of reconstructing, right? Reanalyzing and figuring out where you need to go, what you need to be doing. That stillness and the quiet is when we go in, right? And so it's saying stop running, stop chasing everything else, get inward and focus on finding the solutions that you need. I've been feeling really tired and lost. Yep, we can see that.
Yeah.
It's time to take that break. All right, up next I got Natty. Although when I hear Natty, I think of that song. The Easy Like, where he goes on, he explains how all of the different things, everybody's misunderstanding what it's saying. And he's like, the squeaking in the back is nothing dirty, and it's actually an ice chest. I was like, oh.
I know what you're talking about. I hear you.
Oh my goodness. All right, Natty, this is for you. Take a deep breath in for us. Wow, some intense energy with you. Intense energy. You're not going to believe this. Y'all just watch me shuffle that. It just came out again for you. It just came out again for you. But with this one, I feel that this is a little bit different. I feel like for you, this is actually in regards to like a loss. There's a loss that you're mourning. And you're trying to just run and minimize the feelings. And Spirit's telling you that you can't just keep running. Like, you're going to have to process the feelings. Like, I feel like I'm tearing up with connecting to your energy. So this is telling me there's something major that you are not dealing with. We cannot continue to minimize and stuff our feelings. The only way for us to heal is to allow ourselves to fully feel what we're experiencing. So stop minimizing. Stop acting as though things haven't happened. Stop acting as though the losses haven't occurred. Give yourself the time and space you need to honor what you're feeling.
Yeah, it's so interesting you say that. I mean, I got the non-duality card. And it says, let your authentic humanity shine forth while also bowing to the inner divine. You can become fluent at doing both.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so really, like, it's interesting that you're talking about this sort of separation and like not facing what it is that needs to be faced. I think sometimes when we're in this place of like partitioning out, we sometimes do that to try to avoid confronting whatever it is the problem or the thing that we need to deal with.
Yeah.
So the non-duality card is really an encouragement to like exist in this place of wholeness and completeness and like recognize that you can feel all of these different things and navigate through.
Yeah.
Hey, Lindsay and Katie.
Hello, guys. Welcome in. All right. So up next, we have Dragonfly. She's crying. Say thank you. You're welcome, love. Whoa. All right. Well, those went flying. Let's go with this one. Ooh. Okay. All right. So this is what I got for you, Dragonfly. Do you realize the power that you carry? Do you realize how divinely guided you are? Do you realize that this time of solitude has been meant to like raise you up to take you to those higher levels? Do you realize that you said, no, you don't realize? Oh, baby, this is a master manifestor. This is a magician card. You are evolving, you are changing, you are growing, and you're stepping into your power. And this is something that you need to understand, that you can create the life of your desires. It's what you think about is what you bring about. So you need to begin to think positive thoughts. There's a video going around TikTok right now about the effects of words on water. We are 70% water. Why would we think it doesn't affect us in that way? You walk around talking shit to yourself all day, telling yourself how you're not worthy, you're not pretty, or you can't do it, or you're not smart enough, or whatever else you like to tell yourself. But that video even shows you how it changes the molecular structure when they crystallize. When there's negativity spoken, it was crystallizing in this almost like a tornado or like a hurricane, just this constant spiral. And yet whenever it was spoken to with love and acceptance and good energy put towards it, it was crystallizing in little like snowflake type formations. It's beauty. So stop speaking to yourself. We're 70% water. It's important, the words that we speak to ourselves. Stop speaking to yourself in the negative light. Love yourself. Love yourself.
I feel like I'm at a Southern gospel church. I want to be like, amen. That'll preach.
Amen. You can amen me all you want. You can get the little white flag and just hanky it out. You can do it. I got you.
I haven't got my church hat on, but
look, I got the church dance. We can do the feet.
I got the Mystic Healer card, and it says healing energy flows through you. And it's so interesting because we were talking about that power that you carry. I think maybe one of those gifts is some of those healing gifts, and maybe this is the time to start connecting into those in a more powerful way. Lots of leveling up of spiritual gifts in this period. We're talking about the magician, and one of the things that's so cool about the magician is that it's a person who's connected to all of these different gifts. So when you talk about the healer, it's not just accepting that healing for yourself, it's also accepting that you have the ability to give healing to others.
Facts.
That's the power that you carry.
Yep. I love that. All right, so we've got...
Our cards are so simpatico. I love it.
I love it. I'm using a gratitude deck today. This is what we're using. Gratitude Oracle. I love it. I got it in Sedona when I went to Sedona over the summer. You're so welcome. Yeah, you need to realize how strong you are. Quit minimizing yourself. Like you all need to understand, and there's 33 people in here right now. You all need to understand that you are not subservient. You are not something that is less than. You are not something that is forever indebted. You are not anything like, you are literally a reflection of me. I'm a reflection of you. We are the universe experiencing itself over and over and over again. So the awakening is about realizing that this is a matrix. This is all a game. This is all a school. Some people call it Earth School. Some people call it Avatar. Some people call it a game. Whatever you want to call it, the reality is you are the universe. You are the I am. You can even go back to biblical text. In the beginning was the Word. The Word was God. The Word was with God. You were spoken into existence by yourself. You created. You are. So you need to show up as that every day. You need to realize your power every day. All right. There's my little message. All right, cool. Let's go.
Amen.
Up next is Nanny. Amen. Yes, Lord. All right. Nanny. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, so I apologize. Nanni is what I have here. Nanny. Take a deep breath for us. Oh, how cute. You just sent me a kiss on my cheek. That was cool. That was neat. I love it. Thank you for that. Okay. Wow. So you're going through a lot of change right now. A lot of change. It's all about balancing things for you right now. And it feels like you're on this like roller coaster of sorts. But what Spirit's letting you know is this is actually an incredible adventure. You may feel like everything is out of control and that you don't really know what's next. And that's okay. That's okay. It's okay not to know. It's okay just to know that next step. It's okay just to know what I'm supposed to be doing right now in this moment. Because you have to realize that the only thing that we have is right here, right now. The past is done and gone. We can't deal with it anymore. And the future, it isn't here yet. And by the way, when it gets here, it'll be now. There is nothing else other than now. So stop living in the past, stop worrying about the future, and enjoy the adventure that you're going on right now of change and balance.
I love that, because I got the Expressing Free Will card from the Healing Mantra deck, and it says on the back here, my choices determine how brightly I shine. I love that. You know, these changes that we're talking about, they're so powerful. And when we exist in the present, we come to this amazing opportunity to really like start to express our free will in a powerful way. And when we do that, we end up being co-creators of our reality with Source. You know, we were just talking about the power of God, the power of Source. And we have that power with us, right? So we can actually determine a lot of our reality. You can call that manifestation or visualization. It's ultimately the connecting to the source within us. And if you let that guide some of the decisions you make, you're going to see such a rippling out and such a power coming in.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Beautiful. Yes, beautiful words. Agreed. Amen. We love your energy on this live. Thank you for being here. Okay, last one we're going to do, and then we're going to jump into letting you share your message of what it is that you feel you're supposed to share today. We're going to tag team talk a little bit. All right, so last one is Micah.
Okay.
There you are. Wow. It's the second your comment flew in. Did you see that? You were looking down, but her card went right up. All right. So this is a very strong, very clear message for you. Stop putting everyone else first. I'm going to magnet you. Hold on. Stop putting everyone else first. I love that about you. But for real, you need to take care of you. You're literally putting everyone else ahead of you. And Spirit's telling you that needs to change. It's time to bring balance into your life and focus on you first and foremost. Remember that we can't love authentically and unconditionally someone else when we can't love ourselves in that way first. There's another funny video going, not even funny, but a cool video going around TikTok right now, talking about how the person is saying, you know, I don't want to have teach me this, teach me that, blah, 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 of you teaching me how to love you and all of that. I want it to be that I love you the way I love myself. Think about that for a second. If you loved someone else and the way you love yourself, is that feeding their soul? If you start treating everyone else the way you treat yourself, would you have those friends? Would you have those connections? Would you spend time with you? No, because you don't love yourself fully. So when we first love ourselves fully and get to where we can accept ourselves and love ourselves unconditionally, it's out of that overflow of abundance of love for self that we can then love others correctly.
Come on.
You need a hanky. You need a hanky for next time.
So I got the waning moon. What do you need to release? So aligned with what we were just talking about. You know, when we put so much into other people and we let go of kind of taking care of ourselves, taking care of our own needs, our own energy, we end up getting into this place of real stuckness because our whole energy becomes dependent on other people's moods and emotions. It's super important to take care of yourself. I always think of like when we're on an airplane. You know, what's the thing that they tell you? Secure your own mask before you help anyone else. And sometimes spiritually, we don't end up doing this. We end up trying to heal everyone else, try to be the savior, the Superman. And we end up kind of neglecting our own needs and our own space. And then we get burnt out. 100%. It's a form of ego. We can end up using spirituality as ego.
Yep. Wow. Now that's deep, y'all. That's deep at 11:25 in the morning. All right, cool. So we're going to transition now, and I'm going to let Magnus kind of take over for just a minute, and we're going to go, talk about the things that they want to share with you. The Spirit is downloaded for them. So go for that now.
Yeah. So I was thinking about this week, and what is it that was on my heart to share? And, one of my big passions is spiritual community. I think there's a lot of power in spiritual community. It's also a concept that gets often misunderstood because when you say the term spiritual community, people want to run for the hills because the first thing they think is cult, right? They think of these unhealthy communities. But spiritual community is such a powerful thing. I know it's something you're passionate about as well. So I thought one of the things that maybe I could just share quickly on is 3 things that I think um, spiritual community can bring to someone who is a spiritual seeker or practitioner, someone on the journey, that maybe like things that they can benefit from with spiritual community.
Okay, sounds
and
good.
hopefully like this will encourage someone in the chat. We got 30 people in the room. Whatever community it is, find one and get at the center of it. Don't be like, the one on the edge of the pack. Because if you think of the savannah, I remember I grew up,
They die first.
You get bit first, right? So the first thing I want to say is one of the great things about spiritual community is you get encouragement. You get encouragement. And we often think of encouragement as just for the times when we're down or we're low. But encouragement is also for those times when we're doing well. Because that's often when we have the motivation or we have the momentum to actually make some of the big shifts. Sometimes we need to like walk before we can run. And one of the great things about spiritual community is we can share our victories. We can share our breakthroughs with each other, our spiritual breakthroughs and our emotional breakthroughs. And oftentimes we don't have the ability to do that with the people in our world because you can't just walk into your office building and start talking about how you had a tarot card reading yesterday and it was really great.
Right.
So I think that spiritual community is such a powerful thing for feeling encouraged and feeling renewed. And it can help us to kind of get to that next level. And the second thing I want to say is that spiritual community also provides accountability. And that's one of the things I think sometimes on spiritual TikTok, we avoid talking about. Because a lot of us come from these kind of strict church backgrounds or these strict religious backgrounds where accountability, oh, for sure. I mean, twice youth pastor right here. I mean, like we come from this place.
I was a missionary.
You really? Everyone with church trauma, raise your hand.
Church trauma, religious trauma.
Accountability is really misunderstood, but it's so important because one of the things is it puts us back on the right track when we go through difficult periods of time. It gives us a place of like that we can return to when we feel like we've let ourselves down. I think that you need a balance of both accountability and encouragement. And a lot of what religion does is it says, we're going to give you the accountability, but not the encouragement. And the toxic, positive spiritual communities say we're going to give you the encouragement, but not the accountability. And one of the things that I love about the way that you pull cards is you give it to people straight. And you got to do that because we have a responsibility as readers to tell the truth. And so I think accountability and encouragement are these two sides of it. I got one more for you, which is mission. We're in this crazy, hectic world, and people are navigating through so many issues, especially right now. And one of the amazing things about spiritual community is when we come together, we can do so much more than we can alone.
Yep.
And so as you're in a spiritual community, you're going to have gifts that I don't have. But together, we can kind of build something greater. And we do have an obligation as spiritual people to try to, I believe this, not in a save your soul kind of way, but in a helping other people to try to like spread light and love in a world that's pretty dark sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's accountability, it's encouragement, and it's mission. Spiritual community is so powerful. If you guys are not a part of a spiritual community, find one and get at the center of it. I promise you, I'm alive for 28 years on this planet. I've been doing spirituality since I was a kid. It has been the most helpful thing to be part of a spiritual community, to be learning from spiritual teachers and leaders, and to really be like growing with the support and guidance of other people. I hope that's an encouragement to someone today and a little nudge to kind of get in the middle of that pack.
So what do you recommend when you say a spiritual community? What does that look like for you?
Yeah, so I think that it can be often, revolving around a particular person or a particular teacher will build out a community around their practice. That's a pretty common thing. But really, like, the things you should look for are signs of healthy community. One of the best things about spiritual community is when you find those communities that respect people and give boundaries. I mean, one of the things I say to people is, like, when you go into a community, do you leave those community gatherings feeling renewed, or do you feel diminished?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know,
We should be thinking about that with all connections, though, right? Not just their spiritual connections either. We should be saying, okay, is this draining my energy, or is this making me feel alive and where I have more energy and I want to go and pursue more things? Energetically speaking, you can tell with an individual, with a group, wherever you're at, you can connect and you can tell, like, is this a safe place, or is this somewhere that maybe I shouldn't be? That's when we talk about that full body yes, that we want to have no resistance anywhere in the body. If you're feeling a tightness in the chest or a clenching in the stomach, or, you know, you got shoulders up to here, that's your spirit crying out, telling you, hey, not safe, not okay, not right. Okay. So trust that. So what I love about the fact that you said the community things is that, you know, this is all part of the launch of the We Rise Above Collective. And the idea behind that is that we are bringing together like-minded individuals across the world. We have people in South Africa, in Canada, in Oklahoma, in California, in Texas, in Arizona, and we got people everywhere, Vermont, where people are coming together that are part of your tribe, that you can step right into, that we hold space for you. We love you. We support you. There's no membership fee. It's not a cult. It's not anything like that. We literally are just a group of people coming together to help change this world. We know that we can make a difference and an impact, and we're linking arms to do so. So I love that. You're welcome here. You have a community that loves and supports one another, and there's literally no negativity. There's none. We don't allow it. We don't feed it. We cleanse our space. We cleanse our auras. We cleanse our space here with all the negativity at the beginning of the live of everything not working. But we're here and we show up and we maintain positivity. And that's what this is about. That's the kind of community that you want to be a part of. So know that you're welcome here at all times. We love you. We support you. And we're here to help you in your journey. And that's the whole goal of the Rise Above Collective too, is that we have someone available to you at any point in time, that you can reach out at any point in time, that you can say, hey, I need help at any point in time. And you've always got somebody you can reach out to. So know that Magnus is an amazing soul and is someone who you can reach out to at any point in time. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. That's beautiful. I don't think I realized how young you were. I know you've told me before, but man, old soul, young body, old soul.
I got some grays there.
You got a couple? You got a couple? That's like mostly what my head is. They just come in white, so I go blonde. They come in white, so I go blonde. All right, guys. So are you guys ready for our Teach Me Tarot? So Magnus, I know we talked about it the other day, and I mentioned that if you had some cards and you wanted to show them, you can. But I forgot to tell you what card we were working with, I think. So if you want to, if you have any that you want to pull, you're welcome to show some other examples. And share your input and feedback as we go through these. But this Teach Me Tarot lesson usually is going to last about 15 minutes. You want to take a pen and paper or a place where you can take some notes and jot some things down so that you can see what we are learning about today. We've done some different cards over the last few days, and we are going in order on the Fool's Journey. Wish you could show yours. He's making some wooden tarot decks. That's so exciting. Mayhem 76 is making a wooden tarot deck, and he's engraving them and stuff, I believe. So he's saying that he wishes he could show those. Those would be awesome. So I'm going to get the camera flipped around. I'm going to get the lighting and everything adjusted really quickly while you guys grab your pen and paper if you don't have it already. And we're going to start with 4 cards that represent the Empress. All the cup cards are done. That's so cool. That's so cool. All right, let me get things moved over for you.
So I suppose I should find the Empress in my deck here, eh?
Yeah, you should probably do that.
Wow, I sounded so Canadian. I got the A there.
A?
And everything.
A?
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 All right, let me see. Gotta get this little flip thing. Okay. All right, we're going to just try to get this light to work again today. So y'all bear with me just a second. Aha. I said, let there be light. Wow. Can you guys see how that almost looked like it's actually lit up right there with the light hitting it? Woo. Sorry. Better find the Empress. Katie's talking about your accent.
I'm used to it.
You. I love it. I love it. All right. Are you guys ready? That's our first four. Now, what I want you to notice is, remember, we don't always see the same name on every card, right? So we've got the Empress, the Empress, the Empress, and down here behind Magnus's head, you got creativity. I'm going to scoot those up just a little bit. All right. There we go. So when we look at the Empress, you guys hear this one a lot, and sometimes she looks like she's pregnant, right? Because it's about that rebirthing. It's that birthing of you. It's a mother archetype. And so this is the card that can represent your ability and your need, the urge, the longing to change, to create, to imagine. Beyond things that are necessary, but things that are just exciting, right? To come up with new creative inventions and ideas. So this is the doorway through which new things come. So a lot of times too, we can correlate this card with Mother Earth, the source of our ideas and creativity, the evolution. Like I said, with the fertility, now we don't see that she's pregnant in any of these, but we're going to cover that in these other ones that I show you here in just a second. And that's the fertility in all areas of life. It's like the overflow of feelings, of emotions, of love, of desire, of care. It's that comforting mother. I'm going to show this. I'm going to transition this one out though, because I want you guys to see this, okay? Because I really want to refer to that one. So I'm going to come back to that other one here in just a minute. But it shows us how universal love is. That unconditional love, and that we can fall into her embrace. That we know that we're safe there. So there's some different signs and symbology that we'll see on these cards that I wanted to explain to you. So you will see things like swans. Here's an example with the swans. Down here at the bottom, you sometimes will see swans. When you see that, or birds, penguins, things like that, those are birds that are said to mate for life. That symbolizes love, a continual love. When we see a river, or the blue representing the water, okay, we're going to shift back over here. You see how we've got this blue energy flowing here. Again, on this one, looks like energy flowing. The water, you got the water on the belly, which is the earth. Okay, all of that water, that can represent our emotions. That's the natural flow of life. It's the gift of life. So it represents flow. Remember, we don't want any resistance, so the energy can continue to flow. Some of the other things that we notice, this one has a lot of different aspects that we can look at, okay? Some of the other things that we can notice on there is where we have fruit. We see fruit hanging from trees, or fruit in the hands being held. She's got, with her little leaf bikini here, she's got her pomegranate here. You like the illustration of the Empress? Me too. It's so beautiful. Okay, I'm going to rotate some of these out. Look here. Now this one is completely different. But it's the same message, right? It's about fertility, but this is the Empress card. This is a rebirthing of a new you. Notice how it even looks like an egg. Do you guys see that? It kind of looks like an egg around here, and then the mind is the yolk. It's the center, right? It's the process where we are changing the way that we think and the way that we believe about things. Look at this. And the other thing that I'm noticing on these two, their eyes are closed. She's got a baby she's holding on this one. Okay? So it's that rebirth. It's that mothering energy. It's that safe space. The hearts, of course, is a symbol of love. The heart's a symbol of love. All right. Now this one here, I want to show you this one. We're gonna go to this one in particular. Notice how she has the baby there. In some cards, you'll see that she's actually nursing. And that's just that sign of nurture and care. Don't you feel so loved when you look at this one? Don't you feel just such peace when you look at this? Like I'm being held. And the pregnancy, where we see it with the pregnant belly here and the rebirthing here, it looks like a pregnancy, right? With that, it's a symbol, right? It's letting you know this is that creative process. It involves full effort. It involves hard work, and that you're the creator, right? So this is telling you that while there may be newness ahead, there is hard work ahead as well. We know that the moon is a link to the feminine. When we have the starry crown or stars showing out like this, we've got the stars here, all the little dots around on this one. I don't think we've pulled this one up yet, so let's rotate that one in. You can see stars. You see beaming of light. And setting in her power. Think about that. A calm mother who's confident in what she's doing, who's done the hard work, is not running around frantic. Not running around frantic. And sometimes you'll see that the stars can be like a crown. And it represents, there's actually 12 of them. And it indicates the zodiac, which is again another sign of the cycle of life. The cycle of life. All right, what do you got over there? You got any you can show us?
Yeah, so I jump to some decks that maybe I haven't seen you pull just yet. So I'm gonna start off with the Urban Tarot. A lot of what we were just talking about with this beautiful energy of motherhood. And you kind of see there's this beautiful sort of golden energy here. Really an energy of providing, creating, caring for. It's this ability to kind of give compassion and love to others. Such a beautiful, like, maternal, divine, feminine energy in this card. I'm going to show you a couple more. I got the Empress. Now, what I like about the Urban Tarot, it's kind of inspired by the present. And then the Hermetic Tarot is inspired by the past. So it says, the daughter of the mighty ones. And you see there's a kind of a phoenix. Again, kind of going to that maternal energy. You see some DNA strands. A little bit of the sign of the feminine there. And really a person sort of sitting in this place of power and confidence. And so there's a lot of like strong power and strong energy here.
Yeah, I love that.
Again,
it's a gentle confidence too. It's that nurturing but knowing. Nurturing but knowing, right? I love that. It's like when it comes up and represents a person, it's telling you that the person that you're reading or the person that you're discussing is someone who is lively, right? But they're down to earth. They're creative. They have that unconditional love, that nurturing, mothering love, the way that it's supposed to be. And a lot of us can't understand that because of the ways that we were raised and the backgrounds that we have. We look at mothers in a different light. So this is that card that can help you heal that view of what a motherly love should be like. They care about the needs and feelings of others. Downfall is they can also forget to care about themselves. Sometimes they can forget to care about themselves. So make sure that you have that balance, right? The same thing we've been talking about all day, having that balance. So it's all about, what do I create? What have I created in the past? What do I want to create? Where am I going? It's all about that creative, insightful energy of moving forward. All right, as usual, if you guys have any questions on any of the decks or want to know what any of the decks are, you can point out which cards you're looking at. And we can grab that for you, show you which one you are wanting. I'm not selling them, y'all, but I can tell you so you can go find them. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera around, get us back on track for our free reads at the end of the live. So exciting. Can you show the creative card closer? Was that Magnus's?
The creative card.
Creative? What do you mean? Oh, hello. Did y'all see that? I had lipstick all over my face. I'm not sure which one you're talking about, baby. Tell me where it was positioned. Do you know that? If not, we can address that after the live. That's my daughter asking. So we can look at that in a second. All right, cool. So let's get my screen creativity top right. Oh, creativity, this. Huh.
That's a beautiful card.
That's really pretty. It's really pretty. And she's uplifting. What other things do you guys notice on that? It looks like there's change all around her, right? But she's unbothered. Look at her face. It's like there's change all around, but she's unbothered. She's standing in her confident grace. And look, she's holding, I don't know if this would be, you know, the world around here, but it looks like we've got the moon here, but she's holding, so yeah, she's actually connected to that. But her other arm, her gaze is set forward. She's smiling, and her other arm is on the creation that's happening. She's receiving her power from above and bringing it down below. As above, so below. Yeah, the colors are really pretty, and they flow very well in that one. This is the Osho Zen Tarot. The Osho Zen Tarot. It's a giant, big box. That's what that one looks like.
Ooh.
So there you go. You tagged me so I can see your cards. Okay, I can't wait. That'll be awesome. All right, so we're going to do some free reads now, but I want to do this. How about we do 2? Let's do 2 in-depth reads where we bring people on not just a 1 card, but let's just pull some cards. Let's just see what we get. And how about this? How about this? I want to know who is willing to come on live. Okay? I want you to be willing to come on live because I want to see your face as we blow your mind. We're gonna bring you up because we want people to see a general, like, this is actually what's happening. It's happening in real life, you know. Johnny will. All right, Johnny, send a guest request. Johnny's Mayhem 76. Johnny is ready and willing. So send a guest request. I'll pull you up on here, and then we're gonna tag team do a actual like read for you. All right, where do I feel like we're gonna go? We're switching decks up here for you, I believe. Oh yes, I got the wisdom deck for you. Here we go. Let's go, Johnny.
Good
Hello.
morning.
Hello, Johnny.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. It's good to see your face. We always talk in comments. It's good to see you. Here's Johnny.
I know it. I see it.
I love it. Y'all are awesome. All right, Johnny. We're going to just take a deep breath in together, and then we're going to pull some cards for you. I was led to the wisdom deck. How long is the list? Mike's like, yeah, let me go. All right. Take a deep breath in for me. Wow. You're so in tune with spirit. You're trying so hard. You've made so much process, so much growth. Oh.
I'll try.
I love that. Oh my goodness. If this is not confirmation for you, I don't know what is. Wow. Okay, so the first card that came out, but can we see the wooden cards? Oh my God, we can, can't we? We will. I'll have him pull them up in a minute, right? Are you where you can show them?
Yeah, I've got them sitting in front of me.
Okay, perfect. We'll show that in just a second. Okay, so this is the first card that came flying out, and this is that self-reliance card. It's telling you not to be afraid to go out on your own, not to be afraid to pursue the goals and dreams that you want. Because not only are you meant to pursue those things for yourself, but Spirit is actually aligning everything for you, that this becomes your provision, right? That you follow your passion and it becomes your provision. This is that card that's telling you 1,000,000% you are supposed to be doing what you're doing, that you're supposed to be growing, you're supposed to be building your own brand, building your own business, and that you're supposed to confront the fears, and you're supposed to choose your battles wisely. Not every battle is meant to be fought. And there's a dragon on there, and I know that that's a big thing for you. So that is
Yes.
confirmation for you yet again. Now look, I sat down, and I've never set the deck down this way before. This is really interesting, but I set it down split for some reason, and I put them both face up, and Spirit said, look at those cards. That's part of the draw. Okay, so I'm going to show you what those are. The
Ooh, the
Phoenix.
Phoenix.
The Phoenix. You're rising up out of the ashes. You are starting a brand new life. And no matter what the turmoil has been, no matter where you go and how much you seem to fly to a different area and then another fire comes up, just know that you're continuing to rise above, that you are right where you're supposed to be, and that you and your intuition game, your intuition is on point. You need to trust this. You need to trust the journey, trust the process, trust the path. You are being divinely guided. And I'm really drawn to the hummingbirds. I don't think I've ever noticed those on there before. So that's a sign for you as well. Are you seeing hummingbirds?
Yes, that is my wife's favorite animal.
Oh my goodness. That's awesome.
So
I did not know that.
the hummingbirds really hit home, and the Phoenix itself really hits hard because we're going through a transition of selling the house, getting a camper, and starting to travel more. And that for me is confirmation that I'm on the right path.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so exciting. All right, what you got, Magnus?
So you guys are gonna find this funny.
Another hummingbird. Another
That's
hummingbird.
awesome.
So
That's
it's
great.
the freedom card. And it says, I no longer want this fiery ring of resentment to block the good. Release me from its bonds. So definitely I feel like there's like a release of some of these kind of things that have been constricting you. I got the Eight of Swords reversed. I got this actually in two separate decks. So I'm going with the Urban Tarot. And when we see the Eight of Swords in the reverse in the Urban Tarot, what we're seeing is really a release from some of these things that have been constricting or keeping you in this kind of past place. It's a coming into a new period of time, but there's going to be a little bit of like being unbounded, being like released into kind of what we're supposed to be doing and what we're supposed to be going. And so it's really like an ability to act out of trust and out of freedom rather than kind of out of like needing to calculate everything. I got the navigating by the stars, follow your bliss. So really what it's about is going by what makes you happy, going by what brings you joy, kind of following your passions and your higher calling and trusting that it's going to be okay. The navigating by the stars is like going through this period of night, this period of something difficult or challenging, but knowing that you're going to be okay because you have this intuitive guidance and this higher guidance.
Yes.
So definitely like very much echoing the theme of trusting. I do feel like the thing with this card is like it is a night card, but also like day follows night. So there will also be a break forward and a breakthrough. Right now, it's just a little bit of that trust piece.
The sun,
and I love the hummingbird. That's amazing.
Always breaks through. The sun always breaks through. You are the sun.
Yes.
The sun always rises again. You are rising again. Wow.
And I feel the difference in a month ago and now. I've let go of a lot of things, sold a lot of things that I just had too many irons in the fire, trying to do too much at once. And now I'm back focusing on just my jewelry and my engraving. And when I got the idea to do these tarot cards, it's like I had a direct tap into the spirits because it just flooded with ideas.
That's awesome. Can you show them to us?
Naturally.
Can you show us one? Do you have the Empress done by chance? I think you're just, yeah. I just said, do you have the Empress done by chance?
No, not the Empress. I started with the cups.
Okay.
So.
Oh wow. Ooh. That's so pretty.
If most people may not know, but original tarot was done with actual playing cards.
Mm-hmm. We did that. We covered that in our first Teach Me Tarot lesson.
Yes. To pay homage to the original deck, I'm doing my deck, my minor arcana, in the same kind of style.
Oh, I love it.
So cool.
They're so beautiful. Everybody's loving it. That looks so cool. Game of Thrones vibes. Wow. Ooh, that's neat. Johnny, you're amazing.
He's got the cup in his chest, and then the queen. Here, I've got the Queen of Cups as well. The queen
Wow,
and
I
king
love that.
are just crowns sitting on top
So
of a
cool.
chalice.
That is so cool. Okay, you got somebody in here saying, Quiet Storm Tarot says, those are beautiful. Me as a reader, I would purchase this. That's awesome.
And the thing I like is I found wood that I made them out of. They're thin enough to shuffle.
They are?
Yeah, hang on, I'll show you.
They are gorgeous, aren't they, guys? Please shuffle for us.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness. Johnny, when you mentioned this to me, I was like, I don't know that I can handle that, but that looks like it flows just right. Wow.
They fit.
Wow.
I've got slightly large hands, and they feel a little too small for me. But I think, by the time you do 72, you may have to split the deck to shuffle like this because they're going to be so massively wide. But I think they'll be manageable.
That's awesome. All right, I want them. Well, awesome. Well, y'all make sure you're following Johnny so you can keep up with that. That's really cool. We'll have to do it.
Yeah,
We'll have to
I
do a
should
debut
finish.
one day.
The
Let you
cups
show them all when you're done.
Yeah, the cups are done, and I'm halfway through with the swords.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. We're running out of time, so we want to do this last read. We got on a couple minutes late. Magnus, do you mind staying a couple minutes later to finish out this other read?
No problem at all.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Johnny.
Thanks, Johnny.
All right, cool. That awesome. Isn't that cool? Wow, that's so creative.
So cool.
That's so awesome. I know he's also looking at, he makes jewelry, and he's going to make some rune earrings and things too. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right, so Magnus, who do you want to choose? I need to see somebody comment in the comments. Let us know if you're willing to come on live so that we can do one more read, and then I'm going to do our collective. I say I, but Magnus can.
Comment below, guys, and then we'll pick someone.
Those are on Etsy. You already got them out. Awesome. Mike says I'm down. Micah says willing. So there you go. I'm a hot mess, but I can. All right, you go where you're led.
I'm feeling drawn to Micah. Let's do Micah.
Okay, Micah sent a request to come on live, please. I felt the same, so I'm glad we were there.
Oh, thanks for the roses.
Thank you. That's pretty cool. I wondered what that little number was beside you. I guess that's gifts. It's like, what's that little coin number? So you can get them too. That's cool. It's not letting you.
I know it isn't.
It should have a guest request. Try it again. It says that there's not anything. Oh, you have to have 1K to be able to go live too? To even as a guest? Okay, well that's okay. We can just read her in the comments. Is that okay?
Sure.
All right, let's do it. All right, Micah. Did not know you had to have 1,000 to be a guest either, but we got you anyway. Deep breath in. We love you guys too. All right, are you ready?
I got a couple more. I'm gonna pull if you're ready to go.
I'll go ahead and go. Things are really rough right now, huh? There's a lot of turmoil. There's a lot of unexpected changes, a lot of unexpected shifts in the weather. I'm hearing like it's like you think things are good, the season is changing, and then all of a sudden it's like you're just twisted right back around and you feel like you're seeing the same thing and you just keep being redirected. But the reality behind that is when we're being redirected and we're being put back and we go back to the same cycle, it's because we didn't learn the lesson we were meant to learn along the way. It's letting us know, hey, we got to go back here. We got to learn this lesson before we move on. So if you're unsure what that lesson is that you need to know in order to move forward, to break free from this cycle, ask for clarity. Ask for a download from Spirit, from Source, God, whatever you want to call it. Ask for clarity. Because the reality is you're just going to continue in this washer cycle, going around and around and around, feeling defeated and washed up, literally like washed up. So the reality is that, you're in this place of everything being unexpected where you're having to realign everything. And as soon as it feels like you've got something stable, you got to go figure it out all over again. And there's this place of feeling in between, right? Like I know that I'm meant for more. I know that I'm supposed to be doing more, but I just can't seem to get the footing. There's all of these barriers in my way. I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm feeling defeated. And let me just tell you, man, we are not giving up. Today is not the day. Tomorrow's not the day. We're not giving up. We are staying here. You are loved. And you are worthy. And you will overcome this. This is simply a season. This is simply a season. You are in a major awakening. You're in a major shift. Just like the baby on that card of the Empress that we studied today. You're being held. You're safe in the womb. But you are being pushed to be birthed. You are being pushed to be birthed, to birth this new you. This is all divinely guided. And what I want to tell you, that the other thing that's going to help you have your breakthrough into this next season is that you have an attitude of gratitude. It's a time to end these old cycles and seasons and to step into the transformation and the healing that's waiting for you. And the way that we go up, the way that we have latitude is we have an attitude of gratitude. We begin to show thanks and appreciation for the things that we do have in our lives, not the things that we don't have that we're sad about that we want. That's what's holding us back. Focusing on the things that we don't have and that we want. But instead have an attitude of gratitude and surrender to the birth, right? Surrender. It's time. You're getting evicted. It's like the C-section time. We just gonna schedule a C-section because you don't want to get the fuck out of there, right? Spirit's just like, I'm going to force this. It's time for change. It's like the chair has been pulled out and you have been told, have a seat. Have a seat. We're going to talk through some things. We're going to heal through some things. So it's time to stop running. It's time to start sitting, listening, and then actively engaging in the process. Sounds about right. All right, what you got, Magnus?
Yeah, so I'm going to start off with the healing mantra deck, the soothing impatience card.
We both went to a healing deck for you.
Wait.
Wow.
Yeah, this is the first one I pulled. I felt really strongly drawn to this deck. A lot of like desire to be at a different place than the place that you're at. A lot of like wishing to be at a kind of different space mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I do think you will get there. I think there is breakthrough coming. But right now there's a season of kind of waiting and patience and just like working through and doing what you need to do in order to like release and heal and restructure. I think that like right now there's a lot of frustration because the season you're in has like a bunch of challenges. But I think if you can appreciate that these challenges are there as a kind of refinement process, that it's there to prepare you for what's coming next. It's why I got the cleansing waters card. It says purification activates a vibrant life force. This is a season really to like soak up those beautiful cleansing waters, allow yourself to be purified, releasing any of those things that aren't serving your highest good, and really inviting in some of those things that are. This is like a time for you also to really take the time for like self-care, self-healing, self-love, gentleness towards self, especially when you're navigating through those particularly difficult periods of time. Got one more card for you. really matches up with the color scheme, actually, the other cards, which is the South Node, don't let your past hold you back. I do feel like one of the things that's coming up is that there's these things that have happened that have been frustration sources for you. And so you're like keen to move past these, you're keen to make a fresh start, but it feels like these things keep coming up. I think that ultimately what's important is to remember that you're in charge of your own destiny and your own fate. As I've said before, we're co-creators of our reality with Source. And so if you have the ability to step into this place of like mindfulness and present state of being, then I think you're going to be able to really like shift the reality. It's like when we live in that place of yesterday or we live in the place of tomorrow, then we start to get in that place of frustration. It's when we have to start living in that kind of place of being fully present and in the space of today.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. A book that you might want to read or listen to as well is by Eckhart Tolle, and it's The Power of Now. It seems to be the theme of today. Is that the one I mentioned yesterday too, guys? Was that the theme yesterday too? Were we there? I know at one point yesterday in one of the lives we talked about that as well, but it's really important to realize the power of what we have right now, and that's all that we have. And so we need to master operating in the power of now and realizing what we can do. You're so welcome. It was. I thought so. And if you are on Audible, if you have Audible or you would like to listen to it on Audible and you haven't received a free book before, I can send that to you. You can just send me a message on IG. It's linked in my bio and say, hey, can you send me this book? And that goes for anybody in the live. Okay. And I will send that to you. It's resonating for sure. Awesome. All right. Let's do our collective.
And if anyone needs any like dank spiritual memes or like great spiritual memes, I've got those. So that's.
Can I sign up for the mailing list? I love it. All right, let's do a collective read. I feel like I'm supposed to shift energy here. Shift decks. Where are we going?
Me.
They're all saying me. I love it. All right. One day I'll learn that I don't have to narrate the comments whenever you're on as a guest, but I still think you can't see them, so I say them. So sorry.
I do the same thing.
I'm just used to reading them. All right, everybody take a deep breath in, collective. We're going to do a collective read for everybody in the live. It's going to be a universal message here that we all need to hear. So let's take a deep breath in. Wow. I forgot to put my little catcher thing here, so hold on. Okay, does this not look like the Empress card? Does this not go right along with the same message we've been saying this whole time?
Empress vibes for sure.
A card catcher. Okay, this is it's not a secret. I talk about it almost every live because I drop it at some point. I use a king size pillow because I don't like to be facing the wall. I like to be looking where I'm not staring at a wall. So I have my desk, I have everything kind of angled, and I put a king size pillow, and so it catches them for me. So I don't have to chase them, but I don't have it in my lap today, so I'm having to chase them. All right, so this is definitely letting you know that you are needing to take a fresh approach to things. You are seeing what things are no longer working. You're letting go of all people, places, and things that no longer serve your highest good, and you're stepping into your power, right? You're realizing it. So I love this because you even mentioned this a few minutes ago about the ripple effect, right? And this card popped into my mind, and I love that it came out for this read because it's exactly what we've been talking about. You have to amplify the positive things in your life. Show that gratitude for what it is that you do have in your life. And remember that just like when you throw, skip a rock or whatever, and we put energy out into the world, it causes that ripple effect. That's why when you go through Starbucks and you have the person that's paid for the person behind them, and it goes on for hours or for days, and it goes to the news, it's because it's an inspiration to people. So not only are you sowing good karma, sowing good seed out there for you to receive and to elevate yourself, right? A lot of times when I'm in a funk, I make sure that I go out of my way to make someone else's day better. Because not only does it affect them in a positive way, it affects me in a positive way, and it inspires everyone around that saw that to go and do the same thing for someone else. So amplify those positive emotions, amplify those positive things that you're putting out into the world. Remember that you need to be true to your own heart. You need to show up for yourself every day in every way and follow your passion. Follow what it is that sets your soul on fire. Right now, you're in this place of feeling very raw, very vulnerable, but know that in this place, you are safe. You are being held in the arms of the divine. You are safe. You are loved. You are valuable. You are worthy. And this does end. Take time. Take the time and space you need to process. That's what I got.
All right. Well, I just pulled one card, and I felt like it's it's kind of like been a bit of a theme today, is this portal. It says doors are opening. You decide. Rewards. Wild card. You know, we have a lot of ability to choose our reality and choose where we go. And so the door will open, and Source will open the open doors for us. But ultimately, we decide whether we walk through them. And so, you know, I want you guys to also really start looking for the doors that are opening. Where are the doors opening in your life spiritually, emotionally, right? Mentally, in finance and career? Where are doors opening in your journey? And then are you ready to walk through those doors? And if not, what is the work that you need to do to be ready to walk through those doors? It's about mindfulness, right? Being mindful of the opportunities that are in front of you. I love this card because it ultimately says that this is our decision. And so we're really empowered, right? Life isn't something that's happening to us. It's something that we're creating and shifting in our situation. And we can shift spiritually too. We can actually invite in more doors to be opened for us.
Yep.
I love this, guys. Such an optimistic card.
Beautiful. All right, last message of the day. This is how we close our live every day. It's a soul truth. I do this at the end of my live. Hold on, I gotta grab that one. Do this at the end of my live every evening and every day. And it's a self-awareness deck. It's going to help you on your healing journey. It's a great deck if you ever want to order a deck and shuffle so that you don't have to go through a workbook to do shadow work. This is a fun way to do it. And I forgot to turn on mirror mode, sorry, but this is amazing. Actually, you know what? I think it turns it off. I think it turns it off when you go dual, because I'm pretty sure I had it on. But anyway, this is going to help you, give you some questions, give you some things to think about so that you can move forward. So here is our question for today. Let me see if I can mirror mode it. Can I? Oh, there we go. Let me turn it back on. All right, so what excuses am I making right now? No more waiting. There will never be a good enough time. The time is now. So if it's important enough to you, you will find a way. So today, make a decision and do it, even if you don't feel ready. So listen to your heart and you will be led. Listen to your heart and you will be led. I'm sorry, Lonnie, but I'm glad that you got the message that you needed. So there you go. Focus on that. We're not making excuses anymore. We're showing up, we're doing the work, and we're changing our lives for the better. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Magnus, for being a special guest host with me today. I really enjoyed it. Your energy is amazing. I love having you here and collabing with you. So anytime, you're welcome. You're welcome here anytime. So thank you, guys. This is adorable. Please do it again sometime.
Thank you so much for having me. This was amazing. You guys are awesome. If you're here from one of my groups, follow I Rise Above. She's amazing. Give her some likes. This was awesome, guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. We'll see you guys tonight at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time on my live. When are you live again, Magnus? When are you doing yours?
I'm going to see. I might be live tonight. So
he might be live tonight as well. So look for both of us this evening. I think he goes on a little earlier than I do. I'm a little night owl. So I'll be on around 9 p.m. till about 1 a.m. And then catch us tomorrow. Catch me tomorrow and whoever else is here tomorrow. If we have a special guest, I don't think we have one tomorrow. But on tomorrow at 11 a.m., we'll be picking up our Teach Me Tarot lessons, our healing sessions, and our integration of what it is that we're learning. So excited to have you here. And we'll see you again either tonight on live or tomorrow during Rise Up at 11 a.m. Love you guys. See you later.